Trademark Restoration is a general contractor that specializes in exterior insurance restoration work. This enables us to work through the insurance aspect of the process, which is far more time-consuming and complicated than the construction process. It's important that you understand each step of the process up until the construction phase. We've developed a simple 6-step process where we do all the heavy lifting. Step 1 is the property inspection. The first part of the claims process is an inspection of your property. A trained trademark restoration inspector will view the storm-related areas on all the buildings to determine whether or not your claim needs to be filed. Identifying damage isn't as easy as it may sound. It takes training in this field to detect the damage, some of which may be hidden. As a general contractor and exterior specialist, we're trained to know industry standards. There are certain criteria and guidelines set to follow that will determine if it is a replacement or a repair. Step 2 is the insurance notification. Unfortunately, Trademark Restoration cannot notify the insurance company for you. As the homeowner, you're the only one that can notify them. But it's not difficult. All that's required is to call your insurance company and let them know that your home has sustained storm damage. Once you have a claim number, we can assist from that point forward. While filing, you can also let them know that you're working with Trademark Restoration and that you would like their adjuster to meet with your Trademark Restoration inspector when they come out. This saves everyone time, and the adjuster won't need to make several trips, which helps us restore your home to its original condition as promptly as possible. Step 3 is the subject to agreement. After the inspection, your Trademark Restoration inspector will sit down and explain his results. They'll review all the steps of the insurance restoration process, and they'll also explain the form that allows us to go to work for you, the homeowner. This form is called the subject to agreement. It states that you're not under any obligation unless everything's approved by the insurance company and they're willing to pay for the repairs. It also states that the only cost to you is the insurance deductible. Trademark Restoration is required to have this approval in writing before discussing the claim with an adjuster. Step 4 is the scope of work. Once your claim is filed, your Trademark Restoration inspector will return to your home and do a complete scope of work. By definition, a scope of work means a list of broken items and the measurements of the damaged areas. We don't concern ourselves with pricing at this time. Our focus is on what's most important, making sure you get all you're entitled to receive. This generally takes about 2 hours. Some companies charge for this service at an average amount of 10% of your total claim. We never do. At Trademark Restoration, it's part of earning the right to do your restoration work. Step 5 is meeting the insurance adjuster. Your Trademark Restoration inspector will meet with the adjuster and point out all the damages that were found. The adjuster will create a breakdown as well. You'll be comforted to know that both Trademark Restoration and the adjuster work from the same guidelines. The industry standards and criteria for assessing damage are actually set by Hague Engineering in Carlton, Texas. When the insurance adjuster and your Trademark Restoration inspector are following the same guidelines, it's easier to come to an agreement. Additionally, Trademark Restoration has experience working with all major insurance companies. Our inspectors are trained to understand the rules and regulations, which allows us to communicate well with the adjuster. On pricing, insurance companies don't set the pricing. If they did, the settlement amount would be too low and the contractor couldn't do the job. And contractors don't set the pricing either. If they did, the charges would be too high and the insurance company would not pay. As a result, there are companies that do research and prepare software on all the different costs of construction. This type of software has become the industry standard for pricing. When an accurate scope of work is confirmed by an adjuster and a Trademark Restoration inspector, the scope is placed into the software program, which generates a complete line-by-line itemized pricing for the project. Set standards and confirmation from both the insurance adjuster and your Trademark Restoration inspector give you, the homeowner, peace of mind knowing everything is accurate and everyone is in agreement. Step 6 is funding the project. Funding the project is simple, and the complete process is designed for your comfort. Basically, for every action we take, we'll ask you to do something. For instance, on the inspection, we do the inspection on the property, confirming you have storm damage and the insurance company needs to be aware. You call the insurance company and receive a claim number. You give your approval on the subject to agreement. On the scope of work, we return and do a complete scope of work and get the claim number from you. On meeting the adjuster, we contact the adjuster and meet on the property, going over the complete project, making sure you're receiving all you're entitled to receive. We confirm proper funding for the complete project. Upon return, we will go over the complete breakdown of the scope of work and how it's funded line by line. At this time, we will furnish all the material samples. You will pick materials and colors and write the deductible check. This should be your only out-of-pocket expense. We'll also collect the first check received from the insurance company. This amount is equal to the actual cash value paid by the insurance company. On the material drop, we take all compiled information back to our office and prepare all the work orders. At this time, we will order the materials. Once materials have arrived on site, we will inventory and confirm that the order has been correct. During the restoration, we start the restoration of the project. Upon completion, we will do a final inspection to ensure your complete satisfaction. You, if satisfied, approve the inspection forms. Final invoice. We will send the final invoice to your insurance company for the remaining funds. It generally takes 2 to 4 weeks for the final check to get back to you. All funds are sent to you because it's your claim. Due to the length of time it takes for the final check to arrive, you'll have plenty of time to make sure all is well and nothing was forgotten. You give us the final check from the insurance company after it arrives. The best thing about working with Trademark Restoration is that there's absolutely no risk to you. If your home has damage and we're successful in working with your insurance company, you'll receive thousands of dollars worth of repairs, and your only cost will be your insurance deductible. If there is not sufficient damage to warrant a claim, you owe us nothing.